Good evening, you beautiful people. Manchester City, Luton tomorrow in the FA Cup. How are you all doing? Are you good? Are you well? Let me know in the comments if you are live. How you're feeling ahead of this FA Cup tie. Should be fun tomorrow. It really should do. I'm expecting a very, very interesting game of football and a tough game of football. I am not expecting this to be easy at all. Today, of course, I'll be going through the team news. I'll be going through Guardiola's press conference quotes, trying to predict the 11 and loads more, because it isn't going to be easy. It's going to be a difficult game. More of a game than we probably would hope for it to be. Luton are absolutely going to be up for this, and I'd be a lot more confident if it was at home, but we are away at Kenilworth Road, of course. We've beat them already once this season away from home, but we had to come from behind, of course, after Adebayo scored a header in the end of the first half. We won 2-1 in the end. I still suspect we'll win tomorrow, probably, hopefully, but it's not going to be easy. I do want to say very quickly once again, my watch along will be on a very different platform tomorrow. If you already see me talking about this, it'll be live on a brand new streaming platform called Tifo. The link will be in the description below. You can come and join me tomorrow. It's very early days. It's very much in need of your support and your feedback, actually. We're helping to build a community over there. Very early days, but there'll be new features added constantly. Link in the description, and I'll see you tomorrow about 10 to 8 on Tifo. Use this the code Stephen with a V. My name's Stephen in capital letters to join up and sign on Tifo. Come support me tomorrow. It will be appreciated. It's a new platform over there, and they're learning they're learning as they go. Even like the owners of the platform will be in the comments, getting feedback and so on. But it's good fun. And some of you guys joined me for the game of the weekend, and it was really good fun. So join me over there. Click the link in the description and come and join me tomorrow for a chat. DM me if you want more details. So, let's talk about this game of football, shall we? Let's talk about this game of football. Actually, let's not talk about this game of football. First of all, let's talk about this wonderful bit of news. Oscar Bobb has signed a new Manchester City contract until 2029, which is really, really nice. Lovely stuff. Very welcome news. Yep, Oscar's got a new contract and very, very deserved. Oscar himself said, "I'm very proud and honoured to sign my new contract with Man City. It's an incredible environment and the best possible place for a young player. I've already learned so much from Guardiola, his coaching staff and my teammates. To know I'm going to be here at City until 2029 means everything to me. Now I just want to focus on continuing to further my development and to work as hard as I can every day to try and help the club achieve more success." Imagine one day waking up, by the way, and just earning 50 grand a week. That's the reported numbers. Imagine that. That's what we earn in a year, if you're lucky. You know, most of us earn that. We'll never earn that in a year, most of us. But if you've done pretty well for yourself, 50 grand is not a bad wage for a year. Years and a week. It's just an aside there. It's crazy, the normalisation of numbers in football, isn't it? 50 grand, imagine that. Tomorrow, you earn 50 grand a week now, 200 grand a month. Oh, imagine. What would it be like to be rich, eh? I would never know. But anyway, Oscar Bobb, I'm delighted for him. Cheeky said about him, Oscar is blessed with superb natural talent and technique, establishing himself as a very important member of the Man City squad. An exciting player, always hungry to learn and take on board all advice and guidance Pep and the staff provide him with. We'll be delighted to watch his progression and his fantastic ability, attitude and application continue to prosper. To have another player emerge from our academy and become a first team player is a source of huge pride for everyone at the football club. Oscar is developing all the time, and we believe he can help to bring even more success to Man City in the coming years. And damn right, that's a good point. It is a good point, you know. Absolutely, you know, it's a very good point to have these young players come through the academy. It's it's absolutely everything. It's really, really important. It means so much more to me as a Manchester City fan, especially as a lifelong Man City fan from Manchester. Obviously, I know Oscar isn't from Manchester, but largely, you know, the ones that have come through so far, like Rico and Phil R, and Cole as well when he was around. It does mean a lot to me, you know, and seeing these young lads come through, it's the ultimate test of a club's credentials. I really think it is. I think if you can be at the top and have young players from your academy through, you've nailed it. You've nailed it. Some more quotes from Oscar. He said, "I grew up watching not only his early Man City teams on Pep, but also from his Barcelona and Bayern Munich days. The type of football he plays is amazing, and how he improves players. I think it's a big factor for everyone wanting to play under him. He's proved time and time again that he improves players. He's so intense, so hardworking, and a nice guy." There he was when he joined. Young Oscar Bobb there. Look at him, little man, and here he is now, a grown man, looking good in his Puma shirt there, buzzing for him. Well done, Oscar Bobb. Oscar Bobb, Bobb, Bobb. Oscar Bobb, Bobb, Bobb. Lovely, lovely, lovely stuff. Ari in the chat, yeah, I am a full-time YouTuber, mate. It's my full-time job, yeah, absolutely. Just about get by and pay the bills, and I'm very, very thankful. So thank you very much to everyone who made it possible. So there we go. Let's go to Guardiola's quotes about the game earlier on. Of course, Pep had plenty to say. He was a little bit late for his press conference today. He said, I think it'll be even more difficult tomorrow than when we went there in the Premier League. That they can play direct and they improved a lot. Might be similar to Bournemouth in the way that they play. I actually think he's got a point there. I do think it'll be more difficult than the Premier League game because they're more experienced now. They know what to do, and they've got nothing to lose, Luton Town. They've got nothing to lose in this game. And Guardiola wants to win tomorrow because it's a great feeling to win, he said. He said, we're at the decisive stage of the season. We have to be consistent now. This is the part of the season I enjoy the most, when every game is a final. What we do now will define our season. I made this point the other day after the game. It's weird because I don't think you can really judge the performance is too much right now. They're all disconnected from each other. The only thing that matters right now is winning. And I do think each game the performance will be different because the situation demands it be different, Naturally, you're probably more up for a game in the Manchester Derby than you would be Brentford. Not that we went up for Brentford, but you know what I'm saying? They're self-motivating some games because you find the extra energy. Luton away is one of the ones where you sort of have to survive it as well. I do think you got to survive it. I'd love to see we go there and blow them away. We might do. We're capable. But I don't think it's that kind of season right now. I think it is just about surviving. Guardiola touched on how tired the players are right now. Whereas he said at Bournemouth, we couldn't celebrate because we were dead, exhausted, And the players are, and he made the point in the press conference after the game that they're tired because they played more games than everyone else because they're world champions. He's not moaning, he's just said the players are tired. That's why he called his players supermen. He loves his players because internally they're probably doing anything and everything that Guardiola asks of them. They're winning games. And as he said, we're in that point, the point now where the next month defines that we have one more month to play for the Premier League title. We can lose the title, but at the same time we can win and win. Our mindset is not thinking the worst scenario. You got to keep just winning, man. You got to keep winning, and we're still there. Even Liverpool with their big wins. He's absolutely right. You got to keep going. You got to keep going. Keep finding a way to win. If you look at Luton a little bit, there's some interesting stats for you there. Should we read that? Here's some stats for you over on Google. The first meeting between Luton and Man City since the January 1969, the FA Cup, won that 1-0. We've been beaten the last 9 meetings of Luton, no competitions, with a 2-1 win at Kenilworth Road. Their only previous meeting with the Hatters this century. We've reached the FA Cup quarter-final in all but one of the 7 previous campaigns under Guardiola. The only failure was, of course, to Wigan, 1-0 in 2017-18. That was when Delph got sent off, wasn't it? I remember that vividly. So let's have a look at how Luton have been getting on in general. They did, of course, lose to Liverpool 4-1 the other day. They are currently sat in the table. Where's the Premier League table? Down in 18th, I think. Yep, 18th. Everton have just jumped up the table because obviously we got 3 or 4 points back today, didn't they? They were down there in 17th, Everton, but now it's Forest there instead. Luton currently 4 points adrift off the safety zone with a game in hand. They've been the better of the teams that have come up. Burnley and Sheffield United have been largely terrible, but Luton have actually given some teams quite a difficult game every now and then. They are hard to beat. They did lose at home to United, and of course they have lost to Liverpool as well. They did lose to us. I think they did lose to Arsenal. Did Arsenal draw them? I can't remember. They did lose to Chelsea as well, but they have. It's not been. They'll also beat him 4-3 last minute. It's not been. It was Luton. It was Liverpool that they drew with at home. Actually, it's not been an absolute plain sailing to play against them. They are a tough team. They are an aggressive side. And I suspect they'll give you some problems, Of course, they got people like Chong, who's a good player. Ross Barkley's having a really good time there. Lokonga's a good player as well. They've got Isaac Abor, obviously the young lad on loan from Man City. Andros Townsend is good for a spectacular goal against Man City. Is Adebayo out at the moment? I'm not sure what's going on with him. He's in my thumbnail, so I hope not. I hope I've got it wrong there. Woodrow's currently up front. I don't know what's going on with Adebayo. Let me have a look at my notes. They're out with a few people actually. So they're out with Marvellous Nakamba's not available. Tom Lockyer's out. Jacob Brown and Mads Anderson. Lokonga and Doherty require late fitness tests. Apparently Adebayo's out actually, which is good news for us because he's a very good player. Not that I would ever wish a player to be out injured, but we see how they play. The sort of 3-4-3 kind of formation. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to work really hard. They're just a nightmare to play against, and a good side. Ross Barkley's having a cracking season. I'm expecting, him to be up for this game. Having said that, it is just Luton. It is Luton. I'm aware they're not Liverpool or Arsenal, but it's wrong to take this lightly. It's wrong to take this lightly. Even though we're probably going to beat them, likely will do. They give teams a hard time because they work exceptionally hard. And City, I think we can't underestimate just how tired Manchester City are right now. They're truly exhausted, man. They're absolutely exhausted, and I think we're struggling to keep up the energy levels. Having said that, look, I've been asking you guys how we think we'll line up tomorrow, you know. Here's some replies. Here's one example there. Someone said Alvarez at the top, Doku, Foden, Nunes, Bobb, Kovacic, Lewis, Diaz, Walker, Kanji. Someone reckons strongly the most predicted because we've got 5 days for United. I think we're pretty strong too, like as Ben Boardman said. I think Bobb will start. I agree with Inicio there. I think there's going to be a few changes. Christian reckons that there. Bernardo, Bobb, Doku, Alvarez. Look, I think there's going to be a few changes as well. I think it will be something. Yeah. Well, let's have a work it out. Let's work it out based on like who didn't play the other day. So we go to Man City's result the other day against Bournemouth. Immediately, I look at the bench and I think who's not there and who's going to start. And you can see that people like Kyle, Rico, Oscar, Bobb, Jack. Look, I'm going to put the people in I think are definitely going to start. Let me sort out the formation. I think Jack is absolutely going to start if he's available. I think Jack is going to start. I actually think Oscar Bobb will get a start as well. I put Oscar Bobb and the thumbnail. He's just signed his new contract. I think he's going to get a start on this side, on the right. I think it's going to be that. I think those two will start. I think Haaland will start. I think Haaland is always going to start this game. Rodri, he never doesn't play Rodri. He probably shouldn't play Rodri, but he never doesn't play Rodri. Who played the last FA Cup game? I can't actually remember. Let's have a look. Where's the FA Cup? Spurs. It was Ortega, wasn't it? It was Ortega. Was anything available? This would be Ortega, you know. Ortega's going to start. He'll play the FA Cup. Rico could play tomorrow. I think we're going to see Kovacic get a start again, potentially. So I think Rodri, Kovacic, and I think KDB might get a start, you know. I think Foden for a rest and Bernardo for a rest. Oh, it's so hard this, you know. It's so hard. Maybe Doku does start. Yeah, with Grealish. Yeah, maybe he does Grealish come off the bench. Potentially Doku to start. Josko's not available. Kyle's going to start because he's like, if you look at the bench from the other day, Kyle was on the bench there. Rico could play, you know. It's going to be the same back four, but then one of us going to sit out. I think Ruben Diaz will sit out, you know. I think Diaz will get a rest. I think it'll be a Kanji. No, I think this will be Ake. Then we'll see. No, Stones. Yeah, no, I think it'll be this. I think Kanji at left back again. Kanji, Ake, Stones. I think it'll be something like that, you know. I think Diaz will get a rest. Something like that, potentially. It could also be that Foden starts here or Alvarez. It could be Alvarez gets a start. Nunes, I don't think will start. It's very hard to do. Maybe Alvarez gets a start here, which I'm not overly keen on, but I think Foden might get a rest, Bernardo or KDB. We're going to see a couple of changes. It could be that Rodri could do, but I don't know, man. I think he's going to play he plays Rodri every game if he can, doesn't he, Guardiola? It's very hard to predict. I don't really know, but I'm expecting tomorrow to be interesting. I do think we'll have more than enough. But I think it's going to be a tough game again. I'm going to say 2-1 again. I'd love to say City are going to blow them away. I don't think they will. I think there'll be a few changes that will sort of just disrupt our rhythm a tiny bit, but we'll ultimately have just enough quality. I won't be surprised to see Haaland get a rest tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised either to see him start. You know, there's loads of potential formations, and you never know. It could be, look, if Guardiola goes full-on changes, it could be this. It could be Rico Lewis could get a start, you know, alongside Kovacic. It could be Kovacic, Rico Lewis. It could be this. If he goes full on changes, it could be wild. It could be Gomez, Ake, Stones. It could be Alvarez, and this could be Nunes. It could be that, you know, there's full on changes. Something like that, you know. Doku did not start the last game, mate. Doku was on the bench, pal. Look, so what are you on about? Tiash, you're absolutely wrong, mate. Doku literally did not start the last game. It's right there in front of you, pal. So you're trying to be smart, mate. Doku was on the bench for the last game, pal. Mateus Nunes played left wing, so I'm not sure what you're on about there, pal. It's funny that. So basically, someone in the chat is saying Doku did start last game. He didn't, my friend. He didn't. He was on the bench. It's right there in front of you. So I think if he goes full on changes, it'd be something like that, which I don't think he will do. I think it'll be a little bit stronger than that because I don't feel Guardiola is the one to do loads and loads and loads of change. I think he wants to win. I think he wants to go through the FA Cup. I think Guardiola likes the FA Cup. I think he's got a sense that it would be one of those things where he wants to win, he wants to get through. He's got a taste of that treble. Look, it'll be a strongish side. There'll be some changes, absolutely. But I'm expecting this to the point where he starts to really go aggressive in all competitions. I'm going to say a 2-1 win. I do hope De Bruyne plays. I've got a feeling he might do, weirdly. Even if it's just the 60 minutes. I don't know how he's feeling. Guardiola hasn't really clarified that yet. We will see, won't we? Let me know, of course, in the comments what you think it'll be. I do appreciate your input on this. I will be live once again tomorrow on a new platform that they're testing out right now called Tifo. Click the link in the description and come and join me tomorrow if you want to. It's early days. Don't expect anything perfect on that platform, but we're growing it. Stephen will be the referral code. If you want to join the community, give feedback, let me know. In a bit, thanks so much. Come on, you Blues.